Superflex and 2 QB leagues are gaining popularity every year, and for good reason. Superflex leagues allow you to use a quarterback in your flex spot. So just like in the real NFL, QBs are vastly more important, and the good ones seem even harder to find. Assume everyone in your league will start 2 quarterbacks and draft a backup, which in 10-person leagues only leaves a total of 2 undrafted Week 1 starters. In all likelihood, those 2 QBs would be rostered, too. In 12-person or deeper leagues, not every team will even possess a backup quarterback behind their 2 starters, and that's why our 2021 top 200 rankings are so QB-heavy at the top. Even high, upside backups, like Teddy Bridgewater, Mac Jones, and Trey Lance are going to be drafted, so you can imagine how that drives up the value of the bona fide studs. Patrick Mahomes is universally understood to be the 1.1 across all Superflex and 2 QB formats. It can be a weird adjustment to change your way of thinking about the quarterback position, but it's just something you have to prepare for. If you aren't quick enough to act, you'll be left with bottom-of-the-barrel quarterbacks and have a good chance of getting rolled by teams with 2 studs. 2021 Standard Fantasy Rankings: Quarterback, Running Back, Wide Receiver, Tight End, D/ST. Kicker. Think about it like this: Derrick Henry was the standard fantasy darling in 2020, yet 11 quarterbacks finished the season with more fantasy points than him, including Kirk Cousins. That's not to say you're drafting 11 quarterbacks in front of him, but it gives you the idea of the importance of QBs in Superflex formats. If you need more proof, 24 quarterbacks finished in the top 40 overall in fantasy points last year. This includes Daniel Jones and Drew Lock. Yes, it's true. 2021 Fantasy Auction Values: Standard PPR, Quarterback, Running Back, Wide Receiver, Tight End, D/ST. Kicker. Overall, this isn't to say other positions don't matter. RBs are still extremely valuable, top-tier Ts are still tough to find, and reliable WRs still don't grow on trees. If you can roll out awesome backs and receivers, you can make do with 2 mid-tier starting QBs. In fact, some owners prefer that strategy: grab 3 or 4 RBs/WRs/Ts first, then go with 2 QBs, maybe Trevor Lawrence and Matt Ryan, in quick succession. That can work, but either way, you're still drafting those QBs much higher than you would in single QB, non-Superflex leagues. It's obviously even more imperative to get 2 solid signal callers in dedicated 2 QB leagues, as you can play an airbay, WR, or T in a Superflex spot if you really need to, but QBs will always have higher ceilings and much higher floors. 2021 Fantasy Sleepers: Quarterback, Running Back, Wide Receiver, Tight End, D/ST. Each team. The main difference between our standard and PPR Superflex rankings is that quarterbacks are even slightly more valuable in standard. Why? Put simply, the other positions score fewer points in standard versus PPR, while the change in format has no effect on quarterback scoring. 2021 PPR Fantasy Rankings: Quarterback, Running Back, Wide Receiver, Tight End, D/ST. Kicker. Top 200 will be updating these rankings until Week 1, so check back for the latest player movement. 2021 Fantasy Tiers Draft Strategy: Quarterback, Running Back, Wide Receiver, Tight End, D/ST. Rankings based on standard, 4-point passing TD, non-PPR scoring. Dominate your draft. Ultimate 2021 Cheat Sheet.